June 17th, 10:23 p.m. and today was a bit of a long one, but we're getting it in, right? Because that's what we're doing now. And wins, highlights, what went well. Today, very very full day. Early was with the Ninja kids all day long, had a early field trips and I've kind of got these two moments. What went well today was I think I actually showed up really well for these kids, even in moments where I felt my energy dipping or I was just getting like exhausted. There was a moment this evening where I just made this conscious choice to, you know what? Let's show up even in the face of being tired. And I'm sure a lot of parents have learned this skill somewhere along the lines of being sleep deprived and still showing up for their family, for their kids, for whatever it is that needs them. And this felt like one of those moments where it was just like, okay, exhausted, yet how do I still want to show up? Now, the homework for life for me came at two separate moments today. The first, we were having a field trip, and the gym teacher was, I noticed she was quite strong, but I just asked like, hey, what do you do that your grip strength is this strong? And she's wearing a Spartan Race t-shirt, and so I'm thinking, OCRs for sure. And she looks at me and she says, well, actually, I just made Team Canada dodgeball. I just, qualified for Team Canada's dodgeball team. Like, what? And it just kind of like blew my mind in this crazy way that there's this French teacher teaching grade 7 gym class, and yet here she is, the very best in our country at a sport that I don't know, it just seemed random, but it was just kind of like this reminder that we can pursue anything we want in these lifetimes and it can be as outlandish or fun or playful or outrageous as we want it to be. And she was this living example of just, yeah, why not? She kind of said she loved a bunch of sports, but this was the one she was pouring her attention into right now. Very funny moment. It just struck me though. I was just not expecting it at all. And it opened up my mind in a way that was just like, what else is possible for me? What else would I like to pursue? What else would I like to become the best at? I've thought about trying out for Team Canada flag football and just seeing how it goes. I don't know if I'm at that skill, but I could train to get there. I believe it, you know? And the second homework for life moment came this evening when there was one of the kids in my group. I promised everyone we do these things called Gatorade challenges where if you complete a certain skill or if you are the best or fastest at a certain timed course, you get a Gatorade, kind of incentivized. And one of my fellow coaches, he, I'm going on a tangent here, but this is a two-part, okay? Two-parter. Stick around. One of my fellow coaches says, "All right, $100 to whoever can complete this," and everyone goes, "No, we want a Gatorade." And for me, something was just like, it was hilarious that these kids valued one Gatorade more than $100 because one, I don't know, they just either they're all highly addicted to sugar and processed shit, or two, they understand the money, the monetary value, the money of what we're playing with is just a game. This is this big monetary game where we made up the paper money and it just had no like, they didn't care about it in the same way that they knew what they were getting when they got their Gatorade. And it just had me thinking about how money is weird because I started this endeavor this past year to repay all of the investments and the debt that I had gone into over the course of the last couple of years. Now, what went well today was that I worked a full day. So I got the opportunity to make some money to be able to start paying that back, right? To continue to pay that back. But it has me thinking about how, like, why am I even doing this? I started on this journey to pay back this money, and yet I'm paying it to a government that's charging me interest on $1 trillion that they have in debt. And it's like, oh, it's this weird living in this scarcity bubble, recognizing that I'm constantly like checking my bank account and checking my credit score, which are two things that like I have rarely cared much about. One, because they've been quite good, but two, because it's just kind of like I'm pouring my energy and attention into a system that is built upon scarcity separation metrics that are just not what I believe the world is moving towards, where value actually exists. And so it's this weird liminal space of pouring some energy and attention into repaying this, because on one hand it represents the trust with myself to be able to stick to something and stay committed, and yet the energetic behind it feels like at times there's a lack to it, like, oh god, I just need to get this done, because once I repay this debt and I am free from credit card loans, then I will feel relaxed. Then I can start saving for the things I care about. Then I can, it's a then statement. And maybe some of you have also fallen into this trap of like, when I lose the weight, when I get the job, when I have a partner, when I find the home, when I make six figures, when I, whatever it is. I notice for me, it's like when I pay off debt, when I'm debt free. But is there something I'm looking to feel or achieve as a result of that that I can actually begin to experience beforehand? Or is there a different energetic that I can be interacting with it from? So I can be repaying this, but it doesn't need to be from the place that the world is scarce and I just need to get this done in order to then start enjoying life, but rather playing with the opposite energetic of working with fulfillment, working with doing things I love, working with building trust. And all of these are actions that the byproduct is I naturally begin to see the world in a more abundant lens and to live from that place. So, bringing all this in, just because these are things that I'm exploring. And sure, this is going to be a slightly longer video, but I'm sure some of you will stick around because you value the insight that I bring to this. And I'm, this is years and years and years of personal development work that I'm now just bringing into these. I'll start dropping kind of nuggets of the different work that I'm doing. And so the $100 was one that really got me reflecting on money. And there was another moment at the end of the night where I had offered up a Gatorade challenge. And the one kid who actually won the Gatorade wasn't being the greatest sport about it. And when he left, the entire group said to me, hey, I don't think that this kid should got it. They're all like 10, 11, 12, 13-year-olds, right? They're like, I don't think he deserved it, because even though he was the fastest, he wasn't being kind about it. He wasn't uplifting us. He was being rude. He was being disrespectful. He wasn't paying attention. So how do we reward that behavior when his skill set was in fact the best? And it was a really great opportunity for me to take a sit down with him and to just talk about what came up. And it has me reflecting on, you get to the end of life, and one of my grandparents both my grandfathers, all three of my grandfathers, grandpa, and father, like stepdad, step grandfather, have all passed away. Two this last year, one 20 years ago. But there was one funeral where actually no one went to it. No one even really knew it was going on, and it was just had me reflecting on, you get to the end of your life. What kind of life did you live that no one would show up at your funeral? And it was almost just this sitting down with this kid. I had the opportunity to say, hey, bro, the rest of your classmates don't think you deserve this Gatorade, not because you weren't skilled, but because of the way you treated them throughout the process. And for me, that says something. We need to be working on not only the quality of the craft that we're pursuing, but also our character in the process, because one without the other is a little bit of an empty endeavor. So that was my homework for life, was the kindness and skill development simultaneous, is kind of like this. Yeah. So challenge, lesson, I just feel like it showed up a lot. There was one parent that was very difficult this evening, and just observing their energy, staying grounded, staying centered, staying in my own energy today was an important part of that. And also challenges, it was just I'm exhausted. Staying up to edit this is going to be the biggest challenge of the day, is to then put this video out and still have it with the quality of what I strive for in these videos. So no observer role tonight, just this one here for you. Inviting you to share your highlight, share your win, share what went well, share a challenge you're facing, and let's start building this crew of just daily check-ins.